My brain is now spoiled.
Girdling with his own riff, you know what I mean? Nobody make fun of me, I'm having a rough month.
And with that, I think we just pulled off a perfect episode.
Welcome to Acquired Taste, episode 37. I am Figure 8. With me, as sometimes, is a guy I just interrupted, but he's now going to say his name for you. And he is such a great guy. Say your name now, and he's going to say it any second. We're waiting for it.
My name's Coda.
There it is.
It's me, you guys. If you, yeah, I'm here.
And I guess as we learned last week, your elder statesman, Andrew, is also here.
The oldest member of the podcast, our AARP card holder.
The elderly man that we let ramble on.
And young Ned. Hi.
I forgot we're in the intro.
Welcome to Acquired Taste. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
I'm doing all.
There's nothing like my going to start talking, pausing, and then saying, how are you doing every episode.
I ate way too many donuts before this, and I want to fall asleep now.
I'm in significantly
How are your ribs, Andrew?
I was going to say, I'm in significantly less pain than last week, but still recovering a little bit, but much
Still
better.
some pains.
Yeah.
How many donuts is too many donuts, Ned?
And 2.5.
That's light work.
Light.
Come on
I
now.
thought you were gonna say like a box.
Big ass
dude.
old-fashioned
No.
donuts. I didn't eat a bunch of taquitos, but
I plowed through Timbits when I was in Michigan.
What the hell is
eating them
that?
balls of donut.
is this a donut podcast now?
A
Yeah.
Timbit. You know about Tim Hortons?
No. What?
I mean, I recognize the name. Yeah, sure.
It's like a Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks in the Midwest in Canada. And they have these thing called Timbits, which are the holes from donuts.
Oh.
The little circles
Oh.
that would have been in the middle.
Yeah,
of the
donut
circle.
holes.
Donut holes.
They're called Timbits, and you get them for like $4.
I think
You get
they're-
10 of them.
I know them as donut holes.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Well, these Timbits are You know, I would say most of America and some of all of Canada is on my side, just because we're pretty big in Spain, and I feel like today in
Wait.
hip hop history, who wants to get us started?
The Spaniards don't have your back.
What do you mean the Spaniards don't have my back?
They don't got you on this one.
Oh, Ned,
What?
what Fuck, I don't want to date this, but what time is it?
9:03.
Okay, while Coda is getting us started on Today in Hip Hop History, will you check our Spotify page, the NFTV one?
Oh, God. Maybe.
All right, go ahead, Coda.
I didn't. Hold on.
I
stalled for you even.
Some of the. I got distracted
Man,
by the AI images.
I've got it
We
right
gotta
here,
stop.
too. I could have done this.
God
we are-
damn it.
You could have done it, man.
This is
Why was
okay.
I?
Well,
what-
today in hip hop history on April 3rd.
Andrew, why don't you tell us about Today in Hip Hop History, April 3rd?
Let's hear
Boy,
about
I
it.
sure was trying.
Oh, yeah, did our song drop? I forget that it drops, like, at 9 the day before.
Did it drop?
No. Wait, what?
Okay, well, I was curious if it did. I was just having you check. You didn't have to say something if it wasn't there. Andrew, please, I'm so sorry Ned interrupted
Continue.
you.
We're
Yeah,
off to
so
a great
rudely.
start.
Anyway, today in hip hop
continue.
history, April 3rd, 1996, the Ghetto Boys released their album Resurrection. I got
Cool.
nothing
Lit.
on that. I'm not even sure who that
No,
is.
no input whatsoever
is
from
Bushwick Bill and the Ghetto Boys? Is that our only connection to the Ghetto Boys? R.I.P.
Probably, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
We'll look that up later.
Number 2 is Young Ma's birthday, born in 1992.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Come on,
Hell
pod.
yeah.
ma'am or sir.
We need
Come
you.
on, pod.
Yeah,
Come on now.
whatever you like.
We don't discriminate here. We just
Nope.
want clout.
And third, and finally, on April 3rd, in 2014, Trey D of East Sidas was released from prison. So, good
It's
for
a light
him.
day. Hey,
I was gonna say
it's a light day for significant hip hop events.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Young M.A.
Yeah. Is it
Happy
Young
birthdays.
M.A. or is it Young Ma? It's Young M.A. I said that wrong. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty
Come on the
sure it's
pod.
Young M.A., but she says, "Come on the pod, Mrs. M.A."
And in darker news,
Oh, are we going to In the News
Yeah,
now?
you want to lead up
Thank
with
you.
this, Coda?
Yeah, Coda.
Yeah.
I figured we'd start with this one because it is a wild headline and it's sad.
crazy.
So we can recover from sadness
yeah.
from there.
okay. we got another young scooter dead on his birthday after injuring himself on fence fleeing fleeing from police. Sorry, I
Killed it.
didn't mean to laugh.
Nailed it.
I just butchered saying that.
There was an alliteration in there.
He,
All right, hold on.
so long story short here, he was injured
so now
on a
we start.
fence, and now
was
he's
gonna
dead
say
on his
it.
birthday.
Yeah, from what I read, he slashed open his femoral artery while hopping the fence, and by the time they got to him, he was just bleeding out.
What is that? That's short.
What?
What artery is femoral? Where is that? I guess not more. What?
Femur, leg.
Femur.
Rough.
That's a big artery.
Yeah, to my understanding, the people I saw, at least on Reddit, were saying like 3-4 minutes tops. If you like, people break their legs and die because it. Sorry, Ned. Close your ears.
What?
Don't want to give you PTSD, but yeah, that's crazy. And like, he was in. It's not just like I know. Oftentimes there are like underground rappers that we'll see headlines about. Sometimes we know of them, sometimes we don't. That we've talked about on this podcast, but like I know Young Scooter. He's on a lot of Future stuff. He's on a lot of Young Thug stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What a bummer. What a wild thing. Who knows what the police were there for and what he had to run about, but goddamn, what a horrible way to go out.
Yeah, that's tough.
And in lighter news, one of our favorite guys to talk about, Cardi B accuses Offset of threatening to kill her.
In lighter news,
I
he
mean,
said.
Yes.
That's what's gonna happen when you don't let somebody jack off on the phone with you.
You gotta let him.
That's true love, man.
gotta.
This is just taking a sad turn. It was sad at the let me jack off with you on the phone.
I
It's
feel like it
different
had to have
sad,
been
though.
sad before that. We just didn't know.
Cardi,
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
now
is
it's.
like plummeting. Yeah, hit up
He
young
threatened
Ned.
to kill you, baby girl. Tell me next. Hit
I'll
me up
protect
next
you.
time. What a weird time to slide in, Ned.
Why are you sliding in, Ned? You gotta know.
Yeah,
Time
see
and
this.
a
You got to
place.
leave it to Coda to
You
pop it
gotta.
at these rapper women.
Nah, come on.
I'm sorry, Cardi B, that Ned treated you that way. Let me slide in.
See, that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, flawless.
Stop catcalling, Coda.
Yeah,
Gunna and Justin Bieber are now gym partners. So what's going on there?
That's a wild combo. What a duo.
I just thought it was funny. I know that's not even technically news, but I saw it, and can you just imagine how that conversation led to them being like, no, I'll push you, bro. I'll be here tomorrow.
see you at Planet Fitness at 6.
What's funny is I read that as like they're partners in business. Like they opened their own gym.
No, they're going to the gym every morning.
They're getting
now
swole together.
Isn't
Like
that a-
like a Gunna and Justin Bieber themed gym. Like something crazy. Like they're back to back on the billboard. Okay. I mean,
Chip too hard, don't stand too close. You're gonna work all that weight off on this day. All right.
Lil Durk drops album, Deep Thoughts from Prison. Which have you guys listened to it?
I did. I listened to a lot of it with Ellis. I like it quite a bit. It's
I was-
nothing new or.
I was gonna say I
fancy
haven't
from
listened to
Durk.
it yet, but I feel like I've seen just like internet reaction and stuff. It seems like it's getting like pretty heavily praised.
Yeah.
I like
think
Dirk.
People are like, I
do
saw
too.
one clip where it's like, forget who it was. I think it was like Tyga or something reacting to it, and it was like, damn, the quality of this actually, it's crazy what you can do from prison. Like,
I think he made it all before he went away. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure because he
I
was
don't-
getting ready. Like he was doing some promo and stuff,
Maybe,
right?
maybe I'm missing or like confusing him with somebody else, but I am. That's Tory Lanez that is releasing the album. That's all.
No, Tory Lanez just released.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my
he did
opinion.
do that.
I don't know. There was some clip of someone who released it, and
That's crazy.
yeah, I don't know.
It's a good album though. You guys should check it out. It's
Yeah, no, I
pretty
plan
good.
to. I just
Ned
haven't
won't.
gotten
Ned
around
won't
to it
like
yet.
it. Ned will not like it.
what?
Snoop Dogg and Trey open up Still Gin Cocktail Lounge in Nashville.
That's
Sounds
pretty
fun.
cool.
Still GIN.
I always hear Nashville's a cool
You got-
city. If I ever went to Nashville, I'd check out the Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre cocktail bar.
I've been to Nashville a few times. It is a pretty cool city. I'm curious of how that'll go over there. If that's something that will be successful. Do you guys want to go on an acquired taste field trip to Nashville to go to the Still GIN opening?
There's so
Maybe-
much like
Maybe
music
Dr.
stuff
Dre
in
and Snoop will
Nashville.
sponsor this podcast, and we
I will
can-
for sure do it
Oh,
if they
yeah.
do. Snoop.
They'll absolutely sponsor us.
Dre, Snoop, come on
Without
the
a doubt.
podcast.
All right,
my
we'll
mind.
we'll have S&D tap in with Snoop
Fuck.
and see what we can do.
Let's make it happen.
Tyler dedicated his Pittsburgh show to friend Mac Miller.
I saw that video.
That was cool. The
You guys
video
see
was
that?
cool of him just kind of like really taking that moment to do that. And I feel like he said something like, last time I was here, Mac just drove me around the city. I feel like that's just a cool thing to picture, just like
Also, he hasn't
Mac
been
and
there
Tyler
in a long time.
rolling around. Yeah. But yeah, that was cool.
Amine announced his new album, 13 Months of Sunshine, out in May. We listened to an Amine album on the pod. It was pretty dope.
Yeah,
Not
I mean, it's
we.
cool. Yeah, that
I
was
don't
when
think
we
us
were
as a
all
group.
doing solo albums.
Oh, shit, you're right. So I listened to it.
No, Mine's dope. Shout out Portland. Hope it's good.
He
Excited to see the features. 'cause
I
he
can't
kinda
think of
always
what
has
it's
some cool
called,
features.
but I feel like his like typical like cadence with releases has been like he releases an album and then in between that he does just kind of like a short 5 to 7
Little-
whatever
yeah.
song thing and then an album. And I don't know if that's the case with this one, but he just had like a little 4-song EP, whatever you want to call it, pretty recently that had a couple good songs on it.
I think this is a full length.
Yeah, no, I
right?
this is. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if
Oh, yeah.
he's like that was the thing because four is a little short for what I feel like he's typically done with the kind of in between.
That is true. Because like 1.5 or 2.5 or whatever that was
Yeah,
kinda
yeah.
long.
1.5 is one of them. I can't remember what the other one's called, but it's like a yellow cover. Obviously not his first
Yeah, I know.
album, but it's like
Yeah.
he's also got one
Speaking
with
of
an album
numbers.
with.
Cage Trinata.
Yeah. That's a dope project actually.
Yeah, I like that one quite a bit. Amine, come
Shout
on the
out.
pod.
Come on the pod.
We know you're a big fan. Come acquire some taste.
You're a
Are
Portland
we
dude.
into our ranking? Is that the last of our news?
We are.
Yep, top 5 hip-hop producers.
All right. Who wants to go first? And why is it not Ned?
Ned,
No.
Tell us why you're not
probably
going
doesn't
first.
have his list ready.
No, I
and,
don't. I never do. When do I ever have my list ready?
You were quiet this whole time. You had time to look it up.
yeah, that's
I don't even know
kinda
where my
you,
phone
big
is.
dog. You act like we
You're
don't do
sitting
this
at a computer.
every week.
Well, you said it through text.
Yeah, but
right?
we've told him he can't use his keyboard. Remember?
Fuck.
We don't need.
At a minimum, I at least
whole
write
time.
a word in my notes, even
You
if
guys-
it's unrelated.
You
It's-
guys hear my forehead hitting the mic?
I can see
do.
it.
I
I
can
can
hear
visit. I can. I can see
oh
you
yeah,
doing
yeah.
it.
I guess
Yeah, but
we can
like,
all
can you
see it.
hear it?
Oh, I heard it.
Are you getting that? That's
Yeah.
for you.
Thanks.
I can.
I'll go first.
Oh,
Andrew's gonna go.
Andrew's
first.
gonna go first.
all right.
Yeah.
First, I'm gonna give a honorable mention to Metro Boomin. Then I'm gonna go, and then in no particular order, probably, but The Alchemist, Dr. Dre, DJ Premier, Pharrell, and unfortunately, but I have to give him credit.
What was that? What was that?
I didn't hear you.
What is that?
Sounds like a. What is that?
Are you guys hearing that?
Yeah. It's weird.
You know,
Well.
the rapper producer.
He only said 4. I think. I don't think he said 5.
Yeah, I don't. There's something going on with the audio. It's like preventing you from giving somebody attention.
I almost
don't-
put on my list, but
Yeah, I really didn't want to put on my list, but
Man,
I
who?
just kind of had to.
You just keep mumbling or something. All right. Well, Coda, your list?
yeah, mine is super close to Andrew's. I said Alchemist, Dr. Dre, Pharrell, MF Doom. I thought he makes some cool beats.
Oh my God, our ears.
Yeah, I don't know. It's my phone too close to my mic. And then I had Metro Boomin. Honorable mention, mine was Mustard. So
Mustard.
Andrew's honorable mention was Metro. Mine was Mustard.
All right.
So that's something.
That's a good one.
It's
Real
okay.
good one.
Pharrell is just on everything, bro. It's kind of hard not to put him on the list. He's done like pop hits, like he's been around. It's hard
All
to
those
not
Despicable Me
put Pharrell
movies.
on there. Oh,
Master
Master Pice.
Pice.
Master Pisces?
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, that's
All
what
right.
it is.
All right. Everybody
My
settle
brain
down.
is scrambled. Ned's dirtling.
Dr. Dre. Metro Boomin's just on my list. No honorable mention bullshit.
Yep.
Dr. Dre's on everybody's list, apparently. I didn't know that. I mean, I guess I should have assumed, but I personally didn't see it 100% coming. And then I'm going to say Tyler, the Creator.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say Eminem.
Whack.
Whack.
Wow.
I'm just
Whack.
kidding.
He's got some good beats, but I wouldn't say he's a top producer by any means.
Go look up his beats, bro.
He does kind of have
He's
a
produced
crazy
for Jay-Z. He's
catalog.
produced for Nas. He produced a whole Tupac album. He produced for Kid Cudi. He made the beat for American You, bro.
Didn't you do
Lose
It's a stretch.
yourself.
He did In the Club. didn't
Not
he?
afraid. Into club.
In the Club. That's like the most like I think that's his best beat.
Smack that.
Smack that's good too.
I stand by
Y'all,
what I
when
said.
he dies,
but
and I
you're
and I hear
convincing
people
me.
when he dies, and people are like, "Oh, yo, bro, he's actually was one of the illest producers of all time. He just never talked." Remember this pod. Check the fucking
Yeah.
tapes.
Check the tapes. I mean I respect it. I'm sorry I made fun of you.
You said whack before. You gave Andrew permission to be whack. You were
Yeah.
the Trump that allowed people to be racist. You
I was
encouraged it.
I was sort of trying to do a quack and it came out as whack. That's why I said whack. Like I was kind of being a duck, a silly goose, if you will.
I don't think you were.
I don't think
I
you
think
were
I was
either.
being a bit of a silly goose. I'd
No.
like to mess around on the pod. I like to have fun. I think we're all having a good time here.
I don't think you are.
Ned, what's your
Ned,
list?
what's your take on this? Was he being a silly goose?
Wait,
or
did
was he
you
being for real?
did you finish your list?
All right, so
think I finished
my
my
favorite's
list.
definitely Dr. Dre. I'd also probably say second is Alchemist. His beats are really good. Third is probably I always forget his fucking name, but the guy from Run the Jewels,
Ooh, LP.
LP. His beats are awesome.
Solid pull.
That's not a bad one.
I would probably. I hate saying it, but Ye himself.
Who?
I,
What is happening this episode?
Sorry, technical difficulties.
and then I'd say this is a weird one. I think he makes his beats. I actually don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure he does. But Aesop Rock, I really like his beats.
He
And
does.
that was like when I really got into rap. So like either that or like, and I'd say honorable mention is Beastie Boys. Just what they, I don't know.
Do you like knowing that he knows who he is?
Yeah, no. When I heard that, that made me feel
I
special.
drove his rental car once. Fun fact.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's fun.
There was, I don't remember what like festival it was or whatever, but
That is
back
a
when I
fun
was-
fact.
Back when I was working for, I'm not going to name them on the pod because like I don't know, that's not.
Sure.
Don't give them free publicity.
Sure.
But when I was
Say it, then
working
we'll bleep
for
it out.
said company, I got in a car and it had like his passes and stuff from some sort of festival up in Washington or whatever.
Oh, that's
Wow.
tight.
Yeah. And then I was like,
you
bro,
sniff
I
the
was going
seat?
around to people. I was like, bro, I just drove, A$AP Rock's car. And they were like, who? And I was like, oh, yeah, well, 2 Underground for you. Sorry.
He's heard our music.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He said we were cool.
That's sick.
I like that he just knows Zeb.
You
Him and they're just
yeah,
buddies.
he uses the same engineer that we do.
That's fucking sick.
Sick.
Yeah. Zeb, shout out Zeb.
Yeah, and I
Moment-
yeah, shout out
Momentum
Zeb, 'cause
Studios. Go
he
hit
was
him up.
telling us that Zeb can get publicity. He had told us that they were talking, and he was like, "There's just no one young that's cares enough about hip hop while also trying to be different." And he was like, "Have you heard of?"
Fucking the abomination that is us.
Yeah, and showed him our stuff. So
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
shout out to Zeb. Shout out to A$AP Rock, another Oregon.
Yeah.
Or Oregon guy. What do we got? What do we got next? We're done with the
Album
rankings.
Club.
Album Club, yeah.
Album Club. We had Andrew's album this week,
Yeah.
which was Red Corolla by Dino Genesis.
I was going
And
to say
does-
Dino Genesis, as you would put it.
I fucking hate you guys. Andrew, would you like to read us a Wikipedia paragraph about it?
So this is just a mixtape, and I really tried to find anything I could about this, and I got nothing other than that it was recently, like within the last year, put on streaming services. Before that, it was just, probably on DatPiff and stuff. Rest in peace. But yeah, not a whole lot other than it was like 2017 that he dropped it. So there you go.
Was it?
Yeah, it was great.
All right. Who wants to go first? Andrew, do you want to go first since it is your album?
Sure. Let me pull the track list up here really quick before I get going. But anyway, what I'll say is when I had picked this for the spin wheel, I had been listening to it pretty regularly. At that point, I had kind of just discovered it on streaming, and a friend told me about it, and so I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. And I liked it a lot at first, but revisiting it, I still liked it, but definitely not as much. I felt like it started out really good. The first like 3-4 songs maybe are probably my favorites overall, just between the Red Corolla, Vintage Doms, These Nuts, which was honestly probably my favorite song on the album. Or mixtape, whatever you want to call it. After that, though, I feel like it, I don't know, it was still good, but just didn't stick with me the same way it did when I had listened to it prior. But yeah, still a dope album, I think. Domo's kind of, he came up with like Odd Future, Earl Sweatshirt, Mac Miller, that kind of group, I guess, that kind of era. And I think that's kind of pretty influential in my music listening. And so I feel like it's dope for that reason. I think it's just kind of like, it's not trying too hard to be anything other than just, you know, him rapping. But yeah, overall pretty good. I'd say probably give it around maybe like a 8, I think I'd go with. But yeah, other than that, don't have much to say. But
I'll go next. I was going into it like not knowing how long it was going to be, not knowing it was just 10 songs, like just a short little mixtape.
yeah, it's really.
So when I saw
less
that,
than
I was
30
like,
minutes.
I do like that, just for being that we have a podcast
Christ,
where we
yeah,
sometimes have long ass albums.
And
But-
some stinkers.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's the perfect length. Like, not only is it like 10 songs is nice to just like look at, like, I don't know, it's like as like an artist, like having like an even amount of songs is just nice.
I feel like
And
10 to
then,
10 to 12 songs and like 30 to 45 minutes is like the perfect time for an album, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, 'cause
40 minutes.
This is one I'm gonna like. I'll go back and listen to the whole thing. Like a lot of the albums, that we listen to, I'll just pick one song and be like, okay, I'll add this one to a playlist. But this one's like short enough where I would go through and like listen to it as an album again. I thought the beats on here were really cool. It had like, I know there's one song called like Vintage something, but the whole album has like vintage type of like energy to it, especially the really cool instrumentals and the samples. I liked how at the end of a few of the songs, the skits were just like a part of it pretty much. Like not really even a skit, just cool like transitions into
Just
the next
they
song.
were like quick little conversations almost. then
Yeah,
it just-
little conversations like that makes it. Ties it together nicely, and also his voice. I've never heard this dude before, but he has a really crisp ass voice, like, and very good delivery. So I'll probably give it. Oh, my favorite songs. Yeah, These Nuts I think is my favorite song. Second would be like Slow Burn. That one is cool, and then What It Means and Overthinking, featuring Styles P. I think I would give it higher than you, Andrew. I'm gonna give it a 10. 10 Coda B's out of 13 Coda B's.
Speaking
thoroughly
of this
enjoyed
too,
it.
I just looked on the lyrics and stuff and credits. I thought for some reason that this was fully produced by The Alchemist, but it's not. So I was gonna give The Alchemist a shout out since we've brought him up. But
He does he partially produce it? Like he does
let's
some of the songs?
see.
I'm gonna rank it while Andrew's looking
I
at
was gonna
that.
say yeah.
I will say off the rip of this, my favorite songs were Overthinking, Styles P, and D's Nuts, which is apparently popular amongst this. But I didn't like it. I don't know why. I was super bored, and it all sounded like one song. And then here was my real issue. I thought it was okay while I was listening to it. And then the reason my score dropped down was the album finished at some point, and I didn't notice because it just started playing music that was similar and indiscriminate. So when I noticed finally, I started going back, and I had to go back like 8 songs before I got back to the album. So like, it was like 5 different artists too, and it all just sounded like I don't know. It just sounded like a lot of the solo ventures from Odd Future artists to me that just were not as good of the parts as a whole. He was rapping well the whole time. His cadences were good. I would say the beats were the highlight of it for me. I really liked him. But yeah, just nothing stood out. Nothing was special. If D's Nuts didn't exist, I would say like there would be no like true highlight for me. Overthinking is cool. I did like Styles P's feature as well. But I just didn't vibe with it, guys. It wasn't on my level. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go 6.5 out of 13 Coda B's.
All right. Well,
All right.
before Ned either shits or praises it heavily, I will say that The Alchemist did not produce any of the songs on this, but Domo and The Alchemist have a album together, so that's what I was probably thinking of.
Oh,
Gotcha.
cool.
That's called No Idols.
I'm going 8 or over with Ned.
Under.
See, now that Fig didn't really like it, I'm saying under, and I'm also gonna copy Andrew.
All right.
Fig.
I said 8 or over. I said
So, I think it's pretty
that's
good.
what he's gonna say.
The first half of the album, I was like, okay, this is fun. This is cool. And then you get to Overthinking, and I was like, oh, this fucking slaps. And then the rest of the album is great. I really like Overthinking to the end. It almost felt like, not story-ish, but concept-y. Like, I get what you said, where a lot of the album sounds very similar, but I think it works because it's so short. I think you can kind of get away with that.
I didn't get to experience the shortness. I will say that. I do appreciate that it's short, but I listened to 50 minutes of music because I couldn't tell when the goddamn album finished. But
That's operator
on me.
error.
That's not on me.
But the exact same thing happened to me. Once I got to the end and it went to something else, I didn't even realize it was something else. I thought it was the same album. I went, oh shit, I've been...
See what I'm saying?
For sure. But I don't know.
My
Like,
music app used to just stop like at the end of an album, and now it's like started playing just random songs after.
Yeah, because
And
they're
I
trying
don't
to
really
keep
like
you
that.
on the app.
I was
I get it, but I don't really like that setting. I need to figure out how to turn that shit off.
when I listened to this, I was doing other stuff, and like when I listened to the first half, I was like, okay, like I got it, but I was still, whatever. Once Overthinking came in, I was like, it caught my attention. I was like, oh, okay. And I actually like really listened to the album in the second half, and I was like, this is pretty good. The rapping's kind of like whatever, but I like the music is really good. The beats are super solid, and like production wise, it sounds really good. Which is funny because I think in Red Corolla, I had the volume kind of cranked, and you can actually like hear like crackling, and like it's weird. I don't know if they did it on purpose, or
I feel like part of you mentioning like how it's kind of a concept. I feel like part of it's maybe he's just getting in his red Corolla and like riding around the
I have
city
no idea what he's
rapping
talking
and
about.
stuff.
I listened,
Yeah, it's like there was like some sound design on there that like kind of puts you into it.
but the like
But I was gonna say maybe like the crackling is intentional, and it's like him trying to just be like, I'm recording in the car type of thing.
right or something, because I was like, this is interesting, because I thought when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, is this album gonna suck? But then once it Vintage Drums came, I was like, okay, that was just maybe the weird.
Or Ned's speakers are just blown out.
I don't think so, but no, Overthinking, Self-Doubt, and Interlude, or the Interlude, and then What It Means, those three, that I was like, all right, this is cool, this is sick. So
Yeah, particularly the interlude I didn't like.
that's crazy. I thought it was
skipped
great.
the
It was
interlude.
cool. It's like
I was gonna
ambiance-y,
say, yeah.
like it's that weird like slowed down voice and shit. I was like, this is cool.
It was just too long for an interlude. That was the only thing. I listened to half of it and like skimmed through the rest. But I was like, oh, it's kind of the same thing.
I don't know.
So I just
I thought it was cool.
But it was still cool. Yeah, like it was cool for an interlude for sure.
I was thinking
he
a
forwarded.
10. 10 out of 13.
My first point.
Yeah, you did it.
That's my first loss.
I liked it. I thought it was cool. I was like, you know what? All right, sick.
Did Ned? Wait, Coda, what did you give it? Did Ned give it the best?
No,
I gave it
you
a
and I
10
both
as well.
did a 10.
Okay, tied. Okay.
There was
I
definitely
think
things
it
about it
deserves
that
a
weren't
10.
like amazing for sure. Like the first half, I was like, all right, this is cool, but it didn't like get me emotionally, I guess. Second half, though, I was like, God damn, some of this shit's fucking good. But yeah.
Gentle and Ferryman, our net over and under is Andrew 3, Coded 2, and Fig tied it up at 2.
Yeah.
Apparently I already had 1.
Look at him go.
Look at him go.
This is a fun game. Fun little game. We're catching up.
We're
All
coming to
I'm gonna
get you,
say.
Andrew. All right.
The gap ain't so far now, is it, Mr. Last name?
Gillen.
Gillis.
Mulaney.
Gillis. Yeah, Gillen.
I should have said
Gillaney.
Delaney.
that. Jarvis, make it sound like I made that joke.
Jarvis,
Get this guy's balls.
let's talk about local artist submission. We have Santavo and Celise in their song "Oh No." What did you guys think?
I actually liked it.
I liked it as well.
I thought the first bit, it was, I don't know what was up with like the how you recorded it or what, but the first time you do the chorus at the very beginning sounded kind of weird. But then once you went into your verse, the song I think really clicked in. And then when you did this the chorus for the second time, it sounded better for some reason. I don't know why, but it just sounded cooler. But I thought the sound sounded cool. The end of the song is a little dirtly. You could maybe cut a little bit at the end, but other than that, I thought it actually sounded pretty darn good.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it sounds really nicely like mixed and produced, and I think I would have liked to hear a little bit more of Celise though. Like I think there was like the hook is really good and catchy. I think Santavo did a good job, but it would be nice to hear just like parts where he was cut off and it was just Celise singing.
Yeah, like a back and forth.
I feel like it was mostly just them layered on top. But no, the chorus was really good, and I think his rapping was good on it, and the singing was really nice. Like
I like her verse too.
it just went on too long. Like they kept doing, especially for choruses like that are just like two bars. Doing them that many times just gets a little repetitive. But other than that, I thought it was great.
Yeah, and the song essentially ends 52 seconds before the song ends. Which is a matter of taste again. But I unknowingly clicked forward because we've had people send in songs where they just leave the last minute of beat there, and I thought potentially it could be, and it wasn't. So I rewound it, but
Yeah, it was intentional.
it's long enough that a person listening on their phone might hit next. So, but I thought overall, similar to everybody else, quality of the writing was good, the singing was good, and the production and mixing sounded leagues better than a lot of what we've had submitted on here.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I don't disagree with anything you guys said, but I don't know. For some reason, it didn't click with me. Like I just didn't really care for it that much. Like it was a good song, but it's not something I think I'd find myself listening to for whatever reason. When we were listening to it, I feel like I said it. At first, it kind of started reminding me of Juice WRLD, and I feel like it quickly the like sound-wise it didn't, but lyrically it weirdly reminded me of him. But yeah, I feel like not a bad song, just wasn't for me, I think.
Any final comments?
That hook got
And
stuck in my ear for a minute.
Send more.
I was singing it even after we were done listening to it. I was singing it. So yeah, I thought it was good. The hook is catchy.
Said more.
Yeah, I'd like to hear more of Celise and Santavo.
Let's shit on ourselves as we play Jure Makes Waves, not the name of the fisherman, it's the name of the song, produced by Vincent is Sad with me and Ellis rapping on it. And we're gonna play that right now.
All of the things I've been through, oh my god. Sometimes I really wanna die. It's a lie, but everybody make me try. I know you don't know what I've been through. You don't wanna know all this shit that we into. I've been on my own, pop another benzo, sitting all alone. I think I'm going mental.
And we're back.
What a
I didn't know you brought Gertrude here to invite us back.
not Gertrude.
Gertrude. We don't speak of Gertrude.
Okay.
Okay.
That's something we don't speak of.
What'd you guys think of Jure Makes Waves?
It
Go ahead.
it's weird. It's like I think both of what you guys did on your own is fine, but for some reason over both of it together didn't make the right thing. It sounded weird. I don't know. It was like two good things, but not matching up very well. There were some parts where like you would do something and like the beat would just not kind of match what was going on.
I'm trying to.
Also, the beat set reminded me of that one Mario level, N64 level.
Vincent produced it.
It very well could have been ripped from that.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I think a lot of these songs, like the concepts of them are cool, and I don't think this one was even really mixed that bad. Besides like the auto tune, like for the stuff you guys have recorded
No, it sounds okay.
for
compared to a lot
365,
of
like this
stuff.
one isn't that bad, and I think like the chorus is pretty good. It's just this is no fault to you guys because you were doing the 365 thing. Just heard so much of just you and Ellis on this podcast on the spin
On
wheels that it's
random
like
fucking beats.
I don't know what else to say anymore. It's just like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's a solid 6.
It's cool.
Yeah,
5.
I would. If I heard that when it came out, I'd be like,
Meet in
this
the
is a
middle.
banger.
It's a happy 5.5.
Yeah, 5 years ago it was a banger, I'm sure.
yeah.
All right. That'll bring us to the end. Is there anything anyone wants to generally discuss? Generally?
What are you watching on? What's on your TV, Andrew? Let the listeners know.
I think it's
Riveting.
Charlie's Angels.
Oh my god.
Love it. Love to see it.
A movie older than Coda.
Oh God, is it?
Uh
Oh yeah,
Probably.
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wait,
How does it
Definitely
feel?
not older than me.
the Bill Murray one.
Yeah. How could you say the Bill Murray one? The Drew Barrymore
Yeah,
one, bro.
whatever.
The Lucy Liu
That-
one.
The Cameron Diaz.
That's the chick I
one.
was thinking of, but I couldn't remember her name. Lucy Lou's hot. They're-
Hey, Lucy Liu.
Come on the
Lucy Liu-
pod.
Come on the podcast.
I finished my album yesterday.
Terrific.
It's done. Finite.
It's done.
Was that yesterday?
Yep.
Yesterday. Finite.
Charlie's Angels came out in 2000. Coda, what year were you born?
Oh fuck. 2001.
2003.
Oh god.
God damn it.
He wasn't there
Yeah.
for 9/11. What year do you think he was
I thought he was born right after.
I don't know.
Take it in, you fucking fossils.
Fuck, man.
Holy shit.
Bask in my glory.
I was like 6 when you were born.
He's keeping
Wait,
us young.
maybe even 2019. There's
You were,
mixed
exactly. You were
sources
6
here.
when I was born. It's not like a
I was
crazy
I was
gap.
cognitive. That's wild.
You were barely. You were eating crayons. I wouldn't call that cognitive.
He was in school, bro. He was learning.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, bro.
You were semen when he was out there learning.
Dude, that's fine. Not even, bro. I was in the womb.
He was a wet
Bro.
dream at best.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was in his dad's
He was
dirty
in
thoughts.
first grade when you were born. That means when you were nut in your daddy's ball, he was in kindergarten learning how to socialize and cut.
I didn't learn very well.
I was saying
apparently.
he's eating crayons in 6th grade. That's what I'm trying to say. Or it's when he was 6 years old, not 6th grade.
I'm not denying.
Well,
it.
maybe
I was gonna
actually
say,
6th grade.
I might have been.
All I know is bro was eating
He was
crayons.
drinking paint like Charlie.
Yeah.
He's like,
Fuck.
You drinking straight paint again,
Stop
Ned?
drinking the green paint.
He was eating the glue like Ralph from The Simpsons.
All right. Thanks for listening, y'all.
Yeah, this is...
Go check.
sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Super. Hey, let us know
Our
in the
fault.
comments. Do you listen to this in the morning? Do you listen to it
S&D,
at
sorry
night?
that this came out late twice in a row.
I hope this
Bro,
wakes you
I-
up.
okay.
That's
Can we
fixed
can we
bad.
talk about that? No. Can we talk about that? You remember how last episode I was like, I don't know why it's not out. I'm gonna go check in a second. Do you remember that? I went to check. I looked at the schedule. It said scheduled. I clicked it, and it said that day 6:30 a.m. and it was 11 a.m. So I was like, it doesn't even matter time zone New York to here. It's fucking 11 a.m. everywhere or 6 a.m. everywhere in the United States. I don't know why. So I just had to click publish now.
We'll chalk it up to technical difficulties.
But it wasn't me that time. It was me the time before that. But that wasn't me. I did everything right.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
This is hopefully out
It
at
wasn't me.
6:30 a.m. on... What day is it today, guys?
April 3rd.
April 3rd. Our first... is April spring?
You know what comes out tomorrow, dude? The fucking
know.
Minecraft movie. You guys excited for the Minecraft movie?
It comes out April 4th.
Lava chicken.
Probably.
Or whatever the fuck he says. It's been ridiculous, the memes.
Me and Coda have to go take Chandler to see it at midnight. So there's that.
So
There's zero chance.
yeah, it'll
I'm
be the
seeing
night of the day this comes out.
It'll be tonight. We're going to
We're
take him
going
tonight.
tonight to watch the fucking Minecraft movie, dude.
April
Fuck, I'm
3rd.
so tired already.
I'm exhausted. We just
Damn.
recorded this whole podcast.
At 6:30 a.m.
Well, no. Before 6:30 a.m. because otherwise it couldn't come out right away.
Oh yeah, we record the
wake up
podcast
at
at 5.
4:30 a.m. for you guys.
Finish at 6. I edit the hour podcast in 30 minutes, and
Yep.
then it's out for you guys.
Just
You're
a
welcome.
little peek behind the curtain of how this
And
works.
we do the spin wheel in the 4th dimension where time doesn't count because it wouldn't
don't
fit
worry,
into this.
Don't worry about how that works out. It's
Speaking
It's
of
not-
which, go watch the fucking spin wheel. Find out what we listen to next week. Find out what
The
Andrew
spin wheel's just AI.
puts into the spin wheel. Also, did you guys prefer the spin wheel on Spotify or YouTube? We're still not. I'm not sure.
I was wondering because I was going to listen last night. I was looking for the spin wheel so I could remember what album we were listening to, and it wasn't on YouTube.
Yeah, it was on everything else.
Same with the last two. Have the last two been on Spotify?
Yeah.
Me personally, I think it's fine being on Spotify because
I mean, it's on all audio platforms, but the video is only on Spotify.
we got to get our Spotify listeners up for the tasties.
Yeah,
the-
that's
the
kind of what
buds.
I was thinking.
I think
Shift it over
that's
there.
the big move for all podcasters. They're like, make sure you listen to this on Spotify.
Just listen to it.
just listen to it. I don't care where. Apple Music,
Yeah, I don't really care
or
where.
Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify.
If you have Spotify, go there.
We're dropping the podcast
I
on
don't know,
Tubi
ask
next
Fig
week.
for the raw files,
Ooh.
and he can send them to
Do-
you. I don't care.
Do you guys want to pull a Mattel and make like Acquired Taste of the movie?
No.
Yeah. Oh. Well, me and Andrew are going to have to fight about this.
All right, we'll see you guys at the spin wheel. Go
Yeah.
over there, find out what Andrew puts on it, what we're listening to next week. Taste you later, taste buds. Mwah.
And I'm.
Who?
My brain is now spoiled.
Girdling with the